And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Victoria 3 as the East India Company. Now that we got a stable Raj, it's now time to end all the princely states one by one while trying to figure out how to make sure that we can actually have some taxes being collected. Hopefully some taxes being collected. Interesting. I don't think I can actually push that button. Wait to support my regime. I say no. That buys us some time. Order 2 boiler. Okay. And I completed Order 2 boiler. Cool. Because we're India, we only want to do this if it's going to be cost-saving. Although, definitely want to do it on the mines. There's realism. Don't think we have any art for that to effect, but we'll probably want to enact that at some point. Yeah. Who do I want to target next? Mysore or... Suppose we already have... No, we don't actually have you stated. You'd be pretty small, but that's also maybe an argument to target you with it. We've doctrine lapsed in the last 2 years. Diplomacy-wise, subjects. Let's... My Liberty Desire, lowest. So Karen's the lowest at 56% chance they'd accept. Kandahar is the next lowest, but we don't have a direct land border with them, so not them. Napier is you. There's no chance you would accept, although I could still do it. Nothing actually stopping us. We do have a timed modifier that's plus 20. I don't actually know if the timed modifier is stacked. That's actually a good thing to check. And the easiest way to check is to just do it. Let's check the ones that we got below 25. See if any have a chance of success of accepting besides the Karen. That's 38%. That's probably the most sensible one to try. %, and we do share a land border with you, so we'll take that one. I say no. Okay. triage. Okay. Let this complete and see if we got enough bureaucracy with just those. We do have enough bureaucracy, although it's not enough taxes, which is a slightly different problem. Although I think a tax rate should be improving. Mechanized workshops, okay. Okay, annex them. And their new state that we haven't started integrating. What's iron looking like? That's not too bad. I'm going to shift more of the burden onto private queue by doing that. Okay, so I can invoke the Doctrinal Lapse. They decide to resist. So we mobilize the troops to put them down. No, you cannot have greater autonomy. We're annexing people, not giving out autonomy. I might do, and will be sort of a deficit spend as well, but all domestic gold mines I'd like to be built. And then rural subsidizing gold mines, yeah, so they work. That will generate a little bit more minting. Oh, that's an incorporated state, so that's nice. Because that means that's already giving us tax revenue. Yay! Taxes! Tax revenue is always nice when you're the government. You're not paying it. Although I suppose there is an argument that we are also paying it, but... eventually some of these states might be worth owning. Just... yeah. So eventually they might be worth owning. We're getting like half the tax revenue there, so it's going to be like 40 to 100. And then we need to build the industry to get more taxes. Well, that's also something for the fact that we have... oh, at least got a construction sector. Right, so that's less of a local cost. Camera, we'll take camera there. Bacon powder for the food industries. No, Burma, you cannot have more independence. Oh, and I should be able to check now. Does the minus 20 double stack? It does double stack. Ooh. Okay. But it no longer throws in the modifiers? That's... oh. That's a different modifier. That's rising tensions. It's a regional one, which makes less sense. Okay, so now we get to remove pro-slavery from the landowners. That's fine. I suspect it won't be the case, but, other view profit jump, no. We need to be at peace to invoke the Doctrine Lapse. And we're at war! I suppose I should also let the infamy from the previous annexations go down a little bit. I love how we have the utilitarian movement, but I don't have any utilitarians. I don't have any utilitarian agitators, so it's just a movement. Why are you getting plus 10 from investment level? Do you want higher education or lower education? That's what I'm confused with there. I think they probably want higher education. Got the minimum education. That would probably be better to be explained somewhere, but... Voice of the nation. Let's make sure siege. Okay. Political migration. To Hugo, Republican. Yeah, we'll take the siege. We are a subject. Major Gristlin. Okay. Let's get the explosives going. We have a time modifier, which of course does not show up in our modifiers list. It's some of the more recent design decisions they've made are not. It's a reduced amount of spam. Like if this is just full of spam, that's not very useful. But that's also a thing that I probably would like to track, which means it needs to be in this list. Yeah. Maybe his owner subjects that it shows up. Some modifier. "22 months. Is one of them worn off?" That might have been what just happened recently. And that is different from the Doctrine of Lapse, which is not annexation from that perspective. Yeah, we got a modernization movement here. Being complaining. It wants to move to free trade or modernize the schooling system. Can't do commercialized agriculture because I don't have the tech for that. Although I would give them that if that was what we could do. Do make the local farmers more angry. No, I should probably keep mercantilism. I'd maybe be on board with going protectionism. Well, they'd be preferring protectionism. As opposed to protectionism. Just the farmers again? No, the East India Company... Okay, so the stall chance is coming a little bit from both of them. Sure. It's a way to appease the modernizing movement. Oh, they're making money again. Okay, so I need to expand the government construction. I need to expand construction. East Bengal. Okay, I'm just gonna let them have all of it. Yeah, just like 20 levels. We're gonna be burning money quickly while we're building those, but... Anyway, we got like 177 weeks before they deplete the investment pool. And then at which point we can turn the construction down a bit. You want private schools, agrarianism? I actually don't want any of these. I'm sorry, you're gonna get told no. My industrialists want us to move away from industry because we're a colonial company. Demand their independence, and I say nay. Oh, the Qing have come in as well. Okay. Burma is not an indirect subject of the Great Britain. They are an indirect subject of Great Britain. Okay. This is a weird state. I think it will be fine. This is potentially going to be a slightly expensive war. Because we basically got to wait for the Chinese to get tired and go home. Yeah, I'm in an awkward state where I can actually lose. Of course I have no boats, don't I? I have 4 boats. Of course, the Chinese have 9. So having some boats is, we need more boats in the okay, which we don't have. Yep, looks like because the British didn't come to help us. There's a potential that we are going to lose this. Or granted, all we're going to lose is the 2 subjects, which is annoying, but... The most annoying thing is that England can come snap them up after not helping us. Okay, we may still be able to outstall and get the Chinese leave. The Chinese leave and we swap around to attack. We're probably still gonna win if they leave soon enough. Okay, Great Qing has left. Army on the attack. I'll do that post-war then. No, you cannot have more autonomy. go. If you mobilize throughout the war, then I'm not going to go fight. So, demobilize those guys. That doesn't gonna kick in right away. Yeah, the balance is incredibly negative just because of interest. That is a problem. We may end up going bankrupt this run. Oh, and regardless, this is 10 infamy. Min's at 10 infamy. Oof. Oh, and we're at war, so I can't use the normal path to do it. Because we need to not be committed to play alongside them. No, the private still isn't enough that construction. Okay. Oh, now I'm required to do doctrine labs. Interesting. At least on that person. Focus on you. New state to incorporate. New PMs to apply. Trying to run a balanced budget. The credit limit, I think, is still going up faster than the deficit's depleting it, but definitely suffering the problem that is land taxes. I still don't think it's going to be profitable. Oh no, it is in fact now profitable to move to per capita. It probably means that in the near future it would probably be profitable to move to proportional. At least at the current burn rate, that might actually be tempting to do. Who opposes this? And what degree do they oppose it to? Not that bad. Let's try that. Ow. And then you support it. Yep. Okay. Is that bureaucracy one decaying? Yeah, it is a decaying one. Okay, so it gets weaker the closer to going away it is. This is going to make our taxes worse in the short run, although it will actually reward us for having the economy grow, which is... or better reward us for having the economy grow, which is what we want. At this point, I'm just accepting that the bureaucracy is not functional. And yet, this function apparently is function. In some ways. Okay, so this is when we have the Days of Darkness showing up. This has hit us, so we don't have to pay anything out, and don't take anything from that. We do take some damage, but unlike before where we cared about the standard of living, like, this is not great, but this is not too bad. This is mainly hitting the agriculture, so when we're on per capita, this is actually going to affect us less. Or in proportional, it's going to affect us less. Probably at the point where... Well, I'll wait until I get to 14, even before I doctrine lap someone. Because to be fair, everything we're doing with the diplomatic relations here will have to be redone as soon as that's out of the way. Philanthropy, encourage charitable giving, or leverage their support for proportional taxes. Leverage their support for proportional taxes. More profit sharing. We're not gonna cut the spending there. And lipids there, and a lot of our guys are getting pretty low. Although the big ones up at the top are probably still pretty high. Yeah, we're still pretty much sitting in the... stuck to the roof with them, yeah. Oh, the other ones are coming down. From struggle for sovereignty. Which is a time modifier, okay. Okay, there's proportional taxation. We can check to see... Yeah, so we're getting 26,000 more income if we were back on land taxation. Investment right, defense pact. Sure. try to fix that, or partially fix that bureaucracy problem. And work on the unemployment a little bit at the same time. Dynamite. Okay. Oh, and of course that means I need to improve relations with everyone. Atlantic actions, improve relations. Well, all the princely states. Although, to be fair, a lot of the people who weren't princely states, we were still improving relations with, so maybe it didn't change very much on that front. Yeah, I was expecting we weren't going to make a step government with them. Although having sovereignist would be nice because they support multiculturalism. I suppose that's a thing to check. Can I swing? Well, we haven't invented it. Fair enough. I have not invented multiculturalism yet. Okay, well, the economy is improving. Our capacity to actually generate revenue as the government really isn't, but the economy is. We're up to 150 million. Population's going up. We're up at 211 million. And we still got a lot of people to integrate. Bulk trading. Okay, now we can go ahead and do a little bit more, improve relations. Okay, I think that's probably a good place to put a part break in. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break, just get up and stretch the legs, sip a little bit of my tea. And we'll come back and record another part for the next tea break. The plan is to record 5 parts. I believe this is the end of the 3rd part, so we've got about 2 more hours of recording ahead of us, with 3 or so behind us. We're basically trying to unify India as much as possible while not trying to go bankrupt. The poor capitalists are really trying to do that to us. But not bankrupt yet. Anyway, we'll see. Oh, I suppose. Oh no, that's line of credit. We have a line of credit on, so we have the loan interest effect on that we can get easily. I suppose other than getting independence, there might not be any easy way to get more loan reduction. So we just need to get income increases. Is kind of where we're at. Proportional taxes. With the week, every week that goes by, we're generating more and more and more income percentily than we would from a flat tax. So we're definitely moving towards the point where proportional will just be the best tax. It's not there yet. We'd be like 14,000 better on the previous tax. Of course, that wouldn't solve our, deficit problem. The per capita would be 42. But even that's only 42. Proportional is going to get better and better and better as our average pop gets wealthier. Average income earner goes wealthier. It also is a tax on dividends, which I think technically means it is taxing. Well, I imagine it should be taxing. It might not. The funds going to foreign owners. You happen to be owned domestically, I think. Yeah, you happen to be owned domestically. Can I find an example where we got a foreign owner? Easily enough. Yeah, so you're going to foreign owner. So there's some of your profits are going to foreign ownership. Dividends, other buildings. Do I get taxes on that is the question. Because I should be collecting taxes on dividends. Something that goes to reinvestment, maybe. No, this is implying I'm not. Okay. Yeah, the dividend taxes should get better over time. The consumption taxes are getting better over time. The income taxes are going to get better over time. And yeah, we don't have any like poll taxes or land taxes anymore, but the flat taxes are per person. So as your people get wealthier, they don't get better. Whereas everything else gets better. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, they'll be part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I can take a short break. Just get up and stretch legs. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.